Hopefully you have seen this before in your prior math classes, and maybe you just haven't worked through it. Okay, y'all, put your phones away. Put mine on. Okay, and maybe you haven't done it quite as involved as what we're going to do, but it's a really, really, really crucial concept for everything else we do from here on out. So I really want to spend a good amount of time on it, make sure everybody's got this mastered. You probably know, if I had to guess, the order of operations. What is it? PEMDAS. That's right. That's right. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But you have to remember a couple of things when we do this. What do I have to remember? Why did I write it this way? Exactly. They are exactly the same. It's whichever comes first, left to right. Okay? And I know y'all have seen all over social media those little memes that they put around and go, which one's the right answer? And they make me so mad because I'm like, because they'll do multiplication first when division's in there before it because nobody understands that they're equal, right? They're the same. You do whichever one comes first as you move left to right. So this is left to right. Whichever comes first. And so the same goes with the addition and subtraction. Does everybody know what all these mean? I'll write it just in case. Parentheses. What's the E? Exponents. Oop. And division, that's right. How about the A? I'm going to just put add, subtract. Just in case, I'm going to assume you probably already knew that, but just in case, we'll throw that in there. Do an example. Let's say I need to evaluate. What does evaluate mean? Solve it or simplify it or get it down. Tell me what it equals. Tell me what it simplifies to. 16 minus 8 divided by 2 squared plus 14. And I'm going to write PEMDAS over here just so we have it to reference. So I would go through, and this is what I do when I work these kind of problems. I say, okay, P comes first. Are there any parentheses at all in the problem? Nope. So I'm good there, right? How about exponents? Yes. So what do I need to do first? There's my E. What is 2 to the second power? 4. All right, so 16 minus 8 divided by this becomes 4. Now what? Exactly. Now I move on to the multiplication division. And the only one is here, which is division. What is 8 divided by 4? 2. What? Yeah, but we're going to do minus. Yeah. It's still that negative still with it, yeah. What now? Why are you doing that when there's an addition in there? It came first. Addition and subtraction are the same. Whichever one comes first, left to right. And since subtraction comes first, 16 minus 2 is, and what is 14 plus 14? 28. Anybody confused? Anybody struggling? One more? Let's see. Let's evaluate again. Let's do one with a parenthesis. How about that? Actually, let's do one. Let's do this. All right, here's what you have to understand. When you see fractions, the top parentheses, when I'm talking about parentheses, really that includes anything that groups a set of numbers or values together. So up top, the top of the fraction is grouped together and the bottom of the fraction is grouped together. So you want to work those also separately is what I'm getting at here. But as we look at this one and we simplify, what's the first thing that I should probably do? Parentheses. And looking here, I have two sets, right? I have a set up top and I have a set on the bottom. How about the top? What does it become? 9 squared over the 3 still out there. What's 7 minus 4? 3. Now what?
Exponents.
Exponents. What's 9 squared? 81. 9. Is 81 divided by 9 is just 9. Easy peasy? All right, let's kick it up a notch then. Let's throw some variables in here. This is algebra. What?
Geometry.
I think they're each their own. Let's throw a variable in there. Let's say I asked you to evaluate. Y'all ready for this? 3x squared plus 2y plus z to the third if x equals 4, y equals 5, and z equals 3. So I'll give you a second to write it down before we talk about what we're going to do and how in the world we are going to tackle this problem. What do you think? What are your thoughts as you see a problem like this? Yes? I think you're absolutely right. I think we should plug in for the variables there that you see because they're telling us what they equal, right? They're telling us that every time you see an x, replace it with what? 4. And every time you see a y, replace it with 5. And every time you see a z, replace it with 3. So my new algebraic expression is not going to be algebraic anymore because it's not going to have any variables in it. It's just going to be an expression. I'm going to have 3. Not x. What am I putting in place of x? 4. And this is multiplied, right? And I'm going to go back here just a second because this is a good habit for you to be in. Anytime you plug in for a variable, it's always helpful if you will put it in parentheses and then finish doing whatever else you need to do to it. Because sometimes, especially if you start using a calculator, if you've got a negative number here that you're throwing in and you square a negative number, what happens? It becomes what? Positive. But if you don't have it in parentheses, your calculator will shoot you out a negative. So it's just a good idea to be in the habit of putting them in parentheses there. It's not wrong if you don't, just handy. All right. 2. It's not y anymore. What is it? 5. And it's not z anymore. It's 3. Now this becomes an order of operations problem. Right? So inside parentheses come first. So I need to work inside. Well, as I look inside this parentheses, it's pretty involved, right? I've got some parentheses inside parentheses. So go to the innermost parentheses you can find, and let's start seeing what happens. What can we do first? 3 cubed. You can multiply and you can do 3 cubed. Since they're separated there by a plus sign, that's okay to do them both at the same time. So I have 3 times 4 to the second plus 2 times 5 is 10. What's 3 to the third power? Close. 27. 3 times 3 is 9, and then times another 3 would be 27. All right, what can I do now? That's right. Finish those parentheses there. So add inside the parentheses, so I still have the 3 times... I really need to go get a new battery for my pen here. 3 times 4 to the second plus 37. All right, what now? Okay, so what do you have? 4 to the second. What is 4 to the second power? 16. So I got 3 times 16 plus 37. What now? Multiply before we add, that's right. 3 times 16 would be 48. And 48 plus 37 would be 85. That's right. Y'all got this, it sounds like. Is anybody struggling? Is everybody okay? Just multiplied wrong. Each side of the Great Pyramid of Giza, Egypt, is a triangle. The base of each triangle, once measured... Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. The base of each triangle once measured 230 meters. The height of the triangle once measured 187 meters. The area of a triangle, y'all should know this. How do you find the area of a triangle? The area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Write an expression that represents how to find the area of a triangle. And we kind of just did that. You just need a variable instead of a word. So what do you do? 1/2 times h times b. And I'm going to do bh because that's how we're usually used to seeing it. What's the area of this triangle? What's the base? What's the height? You're going to need a calculator for that. Somebody, anybody? 115 times 187? Anybody? Oh no, why does it keep doing that? There we go. Remember, fractions go in parentheses. Y'all gonna have to get a calculator. What was the other one? 87. 21,505 meters. Wow. That is a lot. But those pyramids are big. My pen's not working with me today. Meters, we're going to say meters squared since this area. My goodness. There we go.